What if the most dangerous fighter in a war against Russia isn't the F-35 or the Eurofighter, but a Swedish jet built for survival? What if it could take off from a highway, refuel in minutes, and vanish before radar even finds it? Could this small, agile machine really outsmart Moscow's massive air power? Let's uncover why the JS-39 Gripen E might just be the jet Russia fears the most. In a world where modern warfare is defined by speed, precision, and survivability, Sweden's JS-39 Gripen E stands out for one powerful reason. It was never designed to fight from comfort. While most air forces rely on massive, centralized bases that can be easily targeted by enemy missiles, Sweden took a completely different path. Their strategy, known as the BAS-90 air basing system, is nothing short of genius. Instead of concentrating aircraft in one place, the Gripen fleet is dispersed across hundreds of small, hidden runways, even stretches of highways. Imagine jets refueling from trucks, rearming in forest clearings, and taking off again in minutes. This decentralized approach makes it nearly impossible for an enemy like Russia to cripple Sweden's air power in a single strike. Even if one base is hit, dozens of others remain active, ready to fight back. The Gripen E wasn't just built for air superiority, it was engineered for survival in one of the most dangerous regions in the world. Every nut, bolt, and software line reflects that philosophy. Fight smart, stay invisible, and strike back hard. The roots of Sweden's BAS-90 defense philosophy reach back to a lesson the world can never forget: the 1967 Six-Day War. In just a few hours, Israel's Air Force executed one of the most devastating preemptive strikes in modern history, wiping out Egypt's air fleet and crippling multiple Arab nations before their planes could even leave the ground. For Swedish defense planners, that war wasn't just a distant history lesson, it was a wake-up call. They realized that in the age of precision missiles and surprise attacks, any nation relying on a few large air bases was gambling with its survival. So Sweden did its homework. They studied, adapted, and built a system where no single strike could ground their air force. If a shooting war with Russia were ever to break out, Sweden wouldn't be caught off guard. Every element, from the Gripen E's rapid deployment capabilities to its ability to operate from icy roads and rural airstrips, reflects decades of strategic thinking and preparation. The message is clear: Sweden learned from history, so it would never have to repeat it. The brilliance of the BAS-90 concept lies in its simplicity and its audacity. While other nations pour billions into defending massive airfields, Sweden built something far more elusive: a network of hidden, small, and rugged air bases scattered across the country. These aren't high-tech super facilities. They're austere outposts, often disguised within forests or located along stretches of public roads, where a Gripen E can land, refuel, rearm, and take off again, all in a matter of minutes. It only needs 500 meters of pavement, less than the length of a football field. That's possible because the Gripen E was designed from the ground up with mobility and resilience in mind. Its powerful thrust-to-weight ratio lets it accelerate and climb almost instantly. Its reinforced landing gear and smart flight control systems allow it to operate where most jets would simply fall apart. In a war scenario, that means the enemy can't predict where the Gripen will strike next. Today, it could launch from a highway in northern Sweden. Tomorrow, from a hidden strip deep in the south. This is not just an aircraft, it's a system of survival, built to stay airborne when everything else is burning. Here's where the Gripen's design philosophy truly breaks from the rest of the world. While aircraft like the F-35 Lightning II represent the absolute pinnacle of technology, they also come with a price: complexity. The F-35 demands massive support infrastructure, advanced diagnostics, and teams of highly trained technicians just to stay in the air. But Sweden's Gripen? It was built for an entirely different battlefield reality. The Gripen E was engineered to be serviced not by elite engineers, but by young conscripts, ordinary servicemen and women with minimal training. Every panel, every component, every system inside the Gripen was designed for speed and simplicity. A small team can refuel, rearm, and relaunch it in under 10 minutes, right there on a remote road, in freezing temperatures, without sophisticated hangars or equipment. This is where Swedish practicality meets military genius. In a high-intensity war, when every second counts and resources are scarce, the Gripen survives because it doesn't depend on perfection, only on readiness. It's not about being the most advanced jet in the world. It's about being the most prepared when the world falls apart. Speed, efficiency, readiness. These three words define the Gripen E's battlefield advantage. In a real war scenario, downtime can be deadly, and that's exactly where the Gripen proves its worth. For a typical air-to-air mission, refueling and rearming takes less than 20 minutes. That's not an exaggeration, it's a carefully engineered reality. A small mobile crew, just a handful of technicians and basic equipment, can turn a Gripen around and send it back into the skies almost instantly. Where other jets might be waiting on ground systems, complex maintenance checks, or specialized gear, the Gripen is already airborne, hunting again. This efficiency doesn't just save time, it changes strategy. Because with lower maintenance hours per flight hour, the Gripen E can fly more sorties, stay combat-ready longer, and maintain air dominance even under pressure. It's the kind of reliability that turns an aircraft from a weapon into a war machine built for endurance. In modern warfare, where agility and uptime define survival, the Gripen doesn't just keep up, it stays ahead. At the end of the day, the JAS-39 Gripen E isn't just another fighter jet. It's a living example of how strategy, simplicity, and survival can outperform even the most advanced technology. In a future conflict, it might not be the flashiest jet that dominates the skies, but the one that never stops flying, no matter how harsh the battlefield becomes. And that's the Gripen's greatest weapon, endurance with intent. When I look at the Gripen E, I don't just see a machine. I see a mindset, a design born from hard lessons ready for the hardest wars. And if any jet was truly built for the realities of facing Russia, it's this one. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to SkyJet Wings, your home for original defense insights, real research, and fearless aviation analysis. Because here,